there's a lot of things that, you know, you go through during training, TNT, PSD, whatever. But what I will say, like, I was looking at the Facebook pages again today, and I noticed that, you know, if you're having an issue with your trainer, the first thing you should be doing is communicating with that trainer or that instructor or whoever the case may be. You shouldn't go put a post on Facebook, or you shouldn't be going and asking people, hey, what should I do in this situation? The first thing you should do is have contact with your trainer and say, hey, look, I don't feel like I'm getting the proper training that I need. And like, have your stuff wrote down if you have to. Like, have a list of it. Hey, I need to know how to do these macros. I need to know how to slide the tandems. I needed to know how to do this. Like, that's some of the stuff that I need to do before I move on to my own truck. And make sure that you express what you need to learn. That way they know, like, hey, I need to pick it up something here. And or they can be like, you know what, let's go ahead and talk about this stuff right now. You know, your first step is reaching out to your trainer and communicating that you're feeling like you're not getting the information that you need. So be careful what don't run to Facebook and start posting, hey, my trainer's horrible, and they're not teaching me everything I need to know. I'm about to upgrade and I don't know nothing. Like, express that to your trainer. Hey, I feel like I don't know this yet. Is there any case we can re-go over it or ask questions? There's no such thing as a dumb question. So I've seen people put comments on my videos about how my student asked me a question. They heard my student ask me a question on the video. And they said, man, if he doesn't know that, then he has no business being in a truck. I don't feel that way. Like, what I feel like is, if you need to know the information, then ask me. I'm going to help you with it. Most of the time, I give you enough information, if not too much, to understand what we're doing. But the simple fact is, if you have a question, ask it. There's no dumb question. Your trainer should be able to answer it for you, or say, hey, we're going to go over that, but just not right now because we're a little bit busy. Like, wait, and I'll tell you more about it. If it's something that's in a quick, like a time-consuming manner. Like, if it's going to take time to explain it to you, I might be like, hey, I'll tell you about it later. Remind me if I forget, but I will tell you about it. So make sure that you have good communication with your trainer. And for God's sakes, don't go to Facebook and start posting all this stuff about how your trainer's bad, how you ain't learning nothing, and you've been on his truck for like 3 or 4 weeks. That's the worst thing you can do. Because if I was on your post, which I was, I told you the same thing that I just told you in this video. Talk to your trainer. Like, get good communication with him or her. And if that's not going to work and you're not able to work out this problem or this issue, then go to the next step, which would be your fleet manager. And I know a lot of people are scared of their fleet managers because they're all like, my fleet manager has known my trainer for years and years and years. Hey, look, me and my fleet manager, we've known each other for years. Guess what? If one of my students went to my fleet manager and said, hey, I don't think I'm getting the proper training that I need, then my fleet manager might conference call us, or he might talk to us both individually, one by one. It's happened before, you know, and my fleet manager got the students' concerns and questions and comments, and then he called me and he's all like, hey, can I talk right now? Is anyone around? I'm like, no. And he's all like, well, there's some concerns about this and this and this. So guess what? I was like, you know what, I haven't got to that yet, but, you know, I have been slacking on it, so I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to be like, hey, you know what, you were asking about how to hook up and unhook this trailer or whatever the case may be, so I would put them in the truck and let them do it and, like, help them where they needed to be helped, because, you know, we're not perfect. Like, we're trainers, we're just so used to doing the job over and over and over that we're all like, did I teach this guy this, or did I teach the last guy? It happens to me all the time. I have multiple students, so I'll be like, hey, remember last week when we did this? We're going to do it again. And my student will be like, that wasn't me. Oh, okay, well, this is your first time doing it. Guess what? You're about to learn how to do this. See, right there, communication. He said, hey, that wasn't me. So right there I knew, hey, this dude does not know what I'm talking about, because it wasn't him after all. So I'm going to teach him, and I'm going to show him what to do. If you go to the fleet manager and you feel like that was not the answer you needed, or you did not get the help that you needed, then it's time to go up the chain of command to the next person. Talk to the next person. You know, that might be, depending on what phase you're in, it might be someone in the training department, it might be a TNT training department, it might be a reefer supervisor. If it's something that's completely unsafe, that's like a safety issue, you might have to call safety and say, hey, this is the problem I got going on. Is this safe or is this unsafe? And they can give you an answer on that. Prime is an open door policy around here, and they will let you, like, doors are open. You can go to anybody and ask them anything. You can call anybody. You can call that switchboard and get connected to any department. Like, they don't have closed doors here where you're all like, I can't get in there. If I want to go see my fleet manager face to face when I'm here in the terminal, I can go downstairs in the Z building and walk right up to him and say, hey, what's going on? You know, I've been wanting to talk to you about a few things, and I can get all the stuff off my chest, and he will talk to me and communicate with me and listen to me. If you're having problems with logs, the door's open at logs. If you're having issues with logs and you think that you're going to run out of time, or you need some more time, or, you know, you're having issues and you're all like, am I going to go into the negative? You can always call them and they will tell you what you need to do. And sometimes they can get you a little bit extra time, because they can go back through your logs, and wherever you were wasting time, they can be like, hey, look, this is where you kind of, that's a lot of time to do that. Were you really taking that long? Oh, no, I forgot to log off that day. I forgot to go off duty. So, you know, I didn't go back and edit it. Well, we're going to edit it now so you have enough time to make it there. Hey, the other day I had a couple blowouts. 2 blowouts on the same trip. So I wasn't thinking about taking an 8-2 split. I haven't taken a split in a while, a split break. Guess what? I called logs and I said, hey, what can we do about this? I said, I'm like 20 miles away. Is there anything we can do about this? And what's the best play here? And the logs operator was all like, well, you've been stopped for about 4 hours, so that'll start your split break. So hit the wheel pair and sleeper berth, and do a split. And I was like, why did I not think of that? Because I should have thought about that and said, you know what? If I do that, it pauses my 14-hour clock. You know, I should have thought about that, but I wasn't thinking at the time. It was a long day, and like having that many blowouts in one day and that many issues, I didn't think about it. So I needed help. And I said, I picked up the phone, called logs. Right there, my student learned, hey, my trainer, he wasn't too sure how we were going to make it back. So instead of running like into the negative or anything to go find parking, or having to park at a truck stop, stay the night, and then get up the next morning and finish those miles out, I called logs. Logs were all like, yeah, do this, this, and this. And then I showed him. I was like, yeah, look, here's what we're going to do. We're taking a split. Boom. So he got to know that, hey, it's an open door. Like I tell people, logs is your friend. They're trying to help you be legal. I know everyone feels like logs is out to get you. Logs is not out to get you. They're there to help you. So if you have a question on logs, call them up. Highly suggest that. They can save you a lot of times, or they can teach you how to run your clock even better. Like, comment, and subscribe. Knowledge is power. Please don't be on these Facebook pages throwing people under the bus and all that stuff that's going on out there. I don't like the Facebook pages. I don't look at them much. Just today, I was like, wow, let's see what's going on Facebook. Ran across a post and I was like, that could have been handled differently with communication.